Alright, we're back after just solving etymology for father. Okay, very awesome. Very glaring. Okay, let's... So the word zygomatic derives from the Greek. My calculator is also hooked up to do Greek meaning yoke. I love the sovereignty of God. Even the Greek is +2, just like the word yoke and zygomatic. So all of these parallel Christ and Jesus. Zygomatic, the Greek here, and the word yoke. Zygomatic, it's such a fun word, zygomatic. The zygomatic bone is occasionally referred to as the zygoma, but this term may also refer to the zygomatic arch. That'll maintain offset. The zygomatic, what would they say about that? The zygomatic arch. By the way, every single one of these things that we open is called a window in Windows. And the word window is +1 for father. Why is that? Oh, because father is on top. I don't know why it's taking so long, but it's fine. We'll just... The zygomatic. And then I like to get it on the table and just poke around. Always checking the ending and check the center. Oh my gosh, there's father, the dead front is zygomatic. In like the tightest 3-letter, that's rare to get father in 3 letters. The whole thing parallels Jesus in its design. Okay. Okay. What else should we dig up here? Zygomatic bone. Mandible we looked up. Facial skeleton. Okay. Let's keep, I'm going to keep high level here. The bones of the arm. Okay, let's get into some of this. The bones of the upper arm. See, this is fun. I haven't done the bones of the upper arm. 6 bones, 3 on each side. Humerus by your bicep. Why don't we get all these on the table? This is such simple stuff. I don't know why it's taking so long to... Oh, apparently I've lost a little Wi-Fi connection for some strange reason. I will reset that. That was very cool. Solving etymologist. What is the definition? I am now connected. It says I am connected, so this should be all tickety-boo. Here it comes, apparently. Really? Why is this taking so long? Okay, let's Really? Just to load one page? What is going on here? I'm gonna have to reboot or something. Clearly, I am connected. Ay. See the patience for all these things. There we go. Okay. Even that didn't get a full load. Disturbing. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright, these are nice clean diagrams. Oh man. Well, let's solve what we can here right now. So, not surprisingly, clavicle is +1 for father. It equals water. And it's also called the collarbone, which is +1. Okay, done. That's simple. And then scapula is also +1 for father. And the center letter provides the +1 offset. And that yields 21, another 2142, okay. Scapula. Wow, in fact, yeah, the father you find in scapula is this perfect trifork there. Okay, so scapula, good. And then the ulna and the radius. So this is going to be an obvious triple here. So what is the humerus? Humerus divides by 3. Oh, there's father on the end. Wow, and I was waiting for that. So father's on the end of humerus. Humerus, so that would also be a, this is a Christ-Father combo embedded in humerus, because this is 30 points less than Christ. Humerus. Cool. All right. Humeri equals Jesus. Humerus, clavicle, scapulae or scapulas. Can you find, oh yeah, we already found father in scapula. Alright, and then the ulna and the radius. So wrist was Christ, and then elbow divides by 3. It's going to be interesting getting to the hands. So ulna, curiously, divides by 3, and then, oh yeah, so does radius. They both divide by 24. All of them divide by 3. Humerus, radius, ulna. Question is, can you find father in these? Oh yeah, there's the RUS again. There's father in radius. And that would parallel Jesus, -60, but so radius, there's your father in there, just like humerus. Kind of reminds me of the word sugar. And then ulna is only 48, so you put these together, it's going to equal 120. And then you put the humerus there. That's 15 times 15, the full birth name of the queen. I always like checking the center of words just to see if I notice anything in particular. Humerus is just 3's from the inside out, ending in father. Like 36, and then more 6's, and then 78, and then 105. Ulna is like 15, 12, and yeah, pure 3's there. Okay, I think that makes tidy sense. That's satisfying. Clavicle was easy done. Okay. Let's get to the hand. I can't wait to get to the hand because there's so many. And thumb is father. Now, what's the name of the thumb bone? I'm going to go to the end, I guess. Phalanges of the hand. I'm just going to close this. I don't know why I'm having some connection issues here. Okay, so big words here. So phalange. Okay, so phalanx is +1 for father. Now what do we got here? Phalange is also +1, just like phalanx. So this is so cool. Like thumb and big toe are both father, but big toe equals. I have 2 phalanges while the other digits have 3. Long bones, of course they are. So phalanx. That is like so glaring for father. The H and the N come in. PAA. This is amazing how phalanx is father. Just quickly I'll mention a few things that I see. The TH at the center compare with the HN, differing by 6. They come into the center. Okay. And then the rest is pure 6s. This P plus the A and A is 18, 666. This is so cool because the L is 666, then Team Gold is 666, and then the X is quadruple 6. And then father, of course, is your 6, your 6, and your 666. And the T and H differed from the PN by 6, so that's glaring. Oh, I just wanted to see what this was. Zygomatic arch. Oh, it's like an opening, or it's like the shape that gets created by the zygomatic bone, or cheekbone. Again, zygomatic and cheek. All these terms that were +2 in zygomatic. And so you get some more clues here. Yeah, all of these were +2. Zygomatic, cheek, and there was a bunch of other ones. I might leave that open to okay, so phalanx bone. That was cool. And then I don't even know if that's classified as a word, phalange. I don't know why it's taking so long. Define etymologist. Oh, just etymology, yeah. But we solve this root. The root is love father. Study the origin words. And then etymologies is, yeah. And then etymologist. Even the old French equals Holy Father, just like the Greek. That's amazing. Even that, etymologos. That's all +1. A student of etymology. Student is +1. Father, etymologist. Awesome. Cool. So yeah, phalange is another word for phalanx. Very easy, because the GE was 12, turns into an X, which is double 12. That's huge, very simple and obvious. The pH was pure, was 24 at the front, and then this dead center equals the dead center of father. Wow. That's a miracle. Like, look at the word phalange, which is simply another word for flanks. My Lord and my God, we're solving your fingers. A phalanx is also a body of troops, but from anatomy, a bone of the finger or toe is a phalanx. Phalange is on the rise. You look at the usage over time. Because Google, I guess, tracks the... I don't know how they get that data, but... I am here to preach the glory of the Father. So, phalange... by the way, if you didn't watch my video on for Father, it's pretty awesome. is at the dead center of Father, in order. Okay, but Father and phalange is just gorgeous, because the dead center here equals the dead center of Father, and then look, this equals 24, and this equals 12. Well, you know, we know that the dead center, Alan, my friend named Alan, dead center of Father is then wrapped in sixes, okay? And then furthermore, you can make another painting that that shows off the H and the G make a multiple of 3, just like the P and the E. Okay, but the centers equal each other. It's glaring who is glorified through phalange. God the Father is. Wow, and this is really cool, because an ALA equals an N. And I've seen this many times where God uses a pair of N's, 1414, to equal the dead center of His name. One of the most simple examples is the word running, like the oldest of physical activities. Okay, and then everything else is 3's to parallel Father in, of course, the ancient activity of running. It's just one of thousands of examples. But there it is, staring you in the face. Okay, and then it's just the 6's keep coming, because an N differs from an H by 6, and then this differs from a T by 6 in the opposite direction. And L is double 6 if you want to include that mention. And then this was quadruple 6, this was double 6, AE is 6, F is 6, R is triple 6. It's just too glaring. Wow. And so the PH plus the GE makes 36, and on Father it's 30, so that the difference, so phalange of course equals 64 is Father plus 6. There you go. First time this has ever been seen and understood by man. So we're looking at your hand. Beautiful creation. Alright. That was, okay, are the digital ones? Alright, so we can poke into a few of these words. We have distal, intermediate, proximal. Interestingly, carpal divides by 3. Carpals, plural, is +1 for Father. So metacarpals will also be +1, but let's take a look for, let's look at distal. Oh, this is going to be a while. Take a while to solve the human hand. And so you have distal. What are the 3 words? Intermediate and proximal. Distal, intermediate, and proximal. +2 divides by 3. That's disturbing, actually. And that divides by 3. What else do we have here? That's going to make it +2. +2. Let's do right. Metacarpals. Just get some of these words on the table. See what we find. right. Find Father in that. Interestingly, the dead center of carpal equals the dead center of Father as this cluster. And then the two ending letters both divide by 3. So I think that's a highly worthy mention. That's a screaming +1 as well. Alright, well let's keep poking around here. The distal phalanges, right. So if I was to solve the phrase distal phalange, this distal is flawless for JESUS. In fact, it's because you have the 3 plus 1s, DS and A. No less they differ from 6s by the JSUS. Look at how perfect. This is going to blow your mind actually. How Jesus gets the word distal, and phalange was father. A D differs from a J by 6, an S equals an S, and then an S differs from an A by 666, flawless. The I and the L equal the U, all the letters that divide by 3, and then you're just left with the single +2, the E to the T comparison differed by 15. So differing by 15. So overall it's Jesus minus 9. Jesus in distal, and then phalange was father. And so put the two together and you get this beautiful 3-fest. It actually equals Holy Ghost, 129. If you stick the word "the" in front, now it's going to equal triple love, which equals the Holy Ghost. But Father gets the last word, which is phalange. Pop off an AE to get Father exactly in that. But distal was Jesus. And then, of course, if you add the S, then it becomes another +1 for Father, the distal phalanges. Okay, so that's how it breaks down. Okay, and then intermediate phalange is going to overall pearl phalange. Okay, let's one thing at a time. Let's get... are there any terms here? Like, what's your index finger? Like the names of the fingers. What are they called? Oh my, now we have to get feet bones. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Oh man, look at all the carpals. How many are there? 8. That's such a nice X-ray. Very pretty, isn't it? Eight of them. How do we solve this package? So they got 4 up at the top. Well, we can just slam all these together. Well, I would just quickly poke at them one by one. There's 8 of them. Let's just see which ones are +1 and which ones are not. So far, all those divide by 3. So far, all of these 4 divide by 3. That's crazy. Which ones are they? Trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, hamate. what happened to that? So the top 4 that are closest to the fingers all divide by 3 perfectly. That's pretty remarkable. How about the next? That also divides by 3. That also divides by 3. That's a +1, the lunate, and that divides by 3. That's crazy. Like every single carpal bone except the lunate divides by 3. The lunate is this B sucker right there. That's pretty crazy. What's interesting then is if you cluster them all together, you will get a grand offset of +1 for father. And there's only a single +1 in the whole thing, and that is the word lunate, which is actually flawless for father, because you get the 3 + 2's, the 1 + 1, and then the 2 letters that divide by 3. Okay, but that makes the entire sum of this stack +1 for father. It's 1033. You could remove the word bone probably and get some other cool, see what that fine number is. Now, I didn't even have bone in trapezium, which was kind of weird. 781. A lovely +1 for father. What if you added all the bones back in there and added this one? I don't know if that's correct, but 1069. And everything divides by 3, just like in father. So if you put together all those, 1069 is a glaring +1, because 69 divided by 3, 1 is 1, 96 and 237 divided by 3, letters and strokes, just like father. But that's remarkable to me, that there is only one bone name in all the carpal bones that is +1 for father, and it equals the word number, and it's perfect, letter for father. With the 3 + 2's, no less, so they spell the word net, which is sitting there differing by 6. The A is the A. And then the LU divide by 3, just like the FR. It's amazing. All right. And then they are called the carpals. Or, so this is real confirmation here. They are called the carpals or the carpal bones. Well, both of these terms are +1 for father. Carpals equals father +12. Carpal bones equals, oh my gosh, pure 6's, because the word bone just added 36, of course. So this is father +48. So how delightful is that? And that's just, you can add the word the in front of all these and get more glory. But that is surely awesome. And, like, I'm convinced that this is it called the trapezium bone? Why didn't they add the word bone to, oh, now they're calling it trapezium. Where are you? Yeah, it's a bone. Yeah, the trapezium bone. That's so glaring to me. You get a grand total of 1069, which is +1. It's a very beautiful +1. And I've preached on dates that are screaming +1s, because you have pure digits that divide by 3 following the single 1 in the front. And then letters and strokes divide by 3, just like the name father, F-A-T-H-E-R. So I'm actually convinced that all these letters are exactly what they're supposed to be as a cluster to glorify father. And then why not push it higher and add the word the to the front of these and just see what that yields. Bang. I told you it was gorgeous. Now you're really convinced. Look at, now you're going to agree with me. Look at the grand total of all the carpals in the hand is 1,333. Literally 1333. That is like the most glaringly obvious +1 number in existence. because you get 3 3s in order on the end, and then the 1 is the +1 at the front. Wow. And then the best part of all is that the letters and strokes both divide by 3, just like in Father, and they're glaring 3s. Like 120 is like King, 1 + 2 = 3, and then the number of strokes is 309. Like, pretty glaring. And that, all of that I just mentioned parallels Father perfectly. In that, of course, the total is +1 in obvious detail. The letters and strokes divide by 3. Okay. Cool. So that's huge. And then, but I marvel that there's only one word in this entire cluster that is +1 for Father, and that's this word lunate, which equals number, 6 letters and 15 strokes, both divide by 3, flawless in its design for Father, as I mentioned, and there you go. And then you can compare these and just sort out what the numbers are, sort them by number, marvel, and find Father in all of these. You know, don't just look at the overall offset, you know, find Father in all these and you'll be amazed. That's the highest number I've seen. And there's your +1 for Father, the lunate bonus scaffold. There's that one equals one of the other ones, 12 times 12. And so that equals, like, you just start to study more and but then find Father in the text, and of course you don't have to have the word bone on the end. I'm curious as to what this whole thing would add to without these words on the end. 1045. Again, it's just such a beautiful 3-fez one. 88, 221. I like it better with word bone on the end, because. And what's so beautiful about this is that the word bone is made in 4 letters and 11 strokes. Like, letters and strokes do not divide by 3. So literally, it's like waiting for all these prefixes to be there. Okay. Now I always check the ending because Father gets the last word. So I'm seeing a lot of +1s on the end. Like how you can easily, like a lot of the endings are TE followed by bone, which equals 3 points higher than Father. Or this will yield a +1 offset, moving all the way back. Or an M. So I see screaming +1 on the end of the whole thing. Okay. 61, 49, 64, yeah. 70 there. Okay, and of course, you know, you have the NE on the end. Oh yeah, the word bone ends in the word one. Like God the Father is one. Bone. And one is at the dead center of Father. So that's important to mention. Because when you say bones, then it's dead center. Okay, Father. The famous word 134 is at the dead center of Father. For the sovereignty of God, I am age 34, that these revelations are coming in the 34th year of my life, but 34 is at the dead center of Father, is at the dead center of bone. It's the famous number 1. Okay, so, and then the book ends in bones knit together. So I just want to mention that Father gets the last word on the word bone. 1. Okay. Shiati Amarabakasi. And then this was absolutely delightful. And then very easy to get Father. Just pop off the 12 there, and then that equals Father perfectly. 36. More car, yeah, it's pretty glaring. Carpal bones. Because this is 30, this is 48, and bones is 36, and then car provides the offset, the dead center, Father. And okay. Okay, so that was okay. Good. I feel good about that. Just look at these names a little more myself. Okay. And marvel at the overwhelming AEs in all these letters for Father. I was like poking around a little bit of the. Wow. There's a lovely +1 there. Okay, that's. And then even the word 8 is +1 for Father. 8 carpal bones in each wrist. Okay. What of this lunate character that was the. All the parts fitting together. What is the function? Just a bony superstructure for the hand. Huh. Superstructure is father, just like, yeah, both these words are father. For the hand, that's the most frequently dislocated carpal bone. Shaped like the moon. Oh, Luna. Gotta love Wikipedia. The lunate bone. Okay. Let that sit. Let me carve this. Capitate is in the center. I'll just spend a few more. Capitate. I wouldn't mind just, yeah, there's a lovely, just check some of the centers of these guys. Form. There's a father sitting right there. .46 lunate. Yeah, that was a nice center there. Hamate. All right. All right. Whew. Ligaments, +1 for father. Ooh, ligaments is beautiful for father. 40, 60, yeah. That's crazy. All right. Let's get back to the so cool. Let's get back to the so we looked at the carpals. We went through that whole cluster bone. And then the metacarpals. So this just adds more 3s there. So what we saw in the carpals, you just added 39. So metacarpal bones is +1 for father, and letters and strokes divides by 3 in that. And then, so we can get these kind of on the table together. So all these equations are very tidy to write out. So now, of course, metacarpals is father plus 51. The metacarpals. And then I would add the word "the" in front. Yeah, this is how this works. And M and an E is a +1 and a +2, and then T and A is a +2 and a +1. So you get this 18-21 combo. But what that speaks to me is you should say this: the carpal bones. And then you should say the metacarpal bones. Because now, just like in father, okay, the number of +2s perfectly exceeds the number of +1s by exactly 2 in both of these words. And that was very cool because the word meta added 2 perfectly from each category to do that. Okay, so here is a perfect painting for father, highlighting the perfect symmetry of that. And then you double the number, and then the number of letters that divide by 3. First of all, this is glaring now, because look at the letters that divide by 3 in carpal bones, and they're the same in metacarpal bones because you didn't add any 3s. Look at how they parallel the letters that divide by 3 in father. It makes 6s. A C plus an O is 18, an R is 18, and then an L is double 6, just like father, 6s. Okay? So, altogether, Team Blue adds to 48 in carpal